Hello everyone, welcome to E-English class. I am Vinod Kumar, a teacher from Kurnool district. Today I am going to present the pre-reading activity in the first unit of 10th class English textbook. But before that, let us see the units and their themes. Let me ask a question. How many units were there in the 9th class textbook? Yes, you are right. There were 6 units in the 9th class textbook. The same way we have 6 units in 10th class. And each unit has a specific theme which undergoes through all the 3 reading parts of the unit: A reading, B reading and C reading. So let's see the units and their themes first. The first unit of 10th class is about personality development. And the second unit is about wit and humor. Third unit is about human relations. Fourth unit is about films and theatre. Fifth unit is about biodiversity. And the last unit, that is unit number 6, is about nation and diversity. We shall try to understand the meaning of every theme when we deal with that particular unit. Today we will be doing only the pre-reading activity related to the first unit, and the theme of the unit is personality development. In the textbook, at the beginning of every unit, you will find a picture that introduces the theme of the unit, and that picture is called a style sheet. A style sheet that tells about the theme of the unit. Now I am going to show you a picture. Have a look at this picture. What do you observe? So what do you see in this picture? You see that a small boy grows and becomes an adult, and he goes on growing, right? You can find that a small boy grows into a big man. Is there any other word for the growth? Is there any other word for growing? Yes. It is development. So in this picture you can see that a boy develops into an adult, a big man. This is called development. So you can find this development in various fields. So this word development is associated with many things like economic development, scientific development, emotional development, intellectual development, human development, and personality development, etc. Development is nothing but growth. And is it confined to only the physical appearance? Certainly not. Now, let us see what a personality development is. This is the theme of our first unit, personality development. As I said earlier, we are going to see the pre-reading activity that is related to the first unit, and we are going to do the face sheet activity. What is a face sheet? Earlier, I mentioned about the style sheet. Style sheet is the picture that introduces the theme of the entire unit. And now we are going to see the face sheet. Face sheet can be a picture or a number of pictures that motivates you towards the main reading passage. So it's like a trigger. It takes you into the main reading part. So let us see some personalities, some great people, and see how they have become great personality and what they are famous for. Look at this picture. Whom do you see in this picture? Yes, you are right. You see a woman in the picture. Who could she be? I mean, could she be a singer or a player or a dancer? Yes, you are right. She is a dancer. And how do you guess? How do you know that she is a dancer? Yes, the way she poses or stands or the way she is dressed tells us that she is a dancer. Do you know her name? Yes, there you are. She is Sudha Chandran. Have a close look at her feet. Are they same, or do you observe any difference? You can observe that her right foot is not the same as her left foot. It is an artificial one because she is physically challenged. In spite of her disability, she continued dancing and reached great heights. Do you know her story? Okay, let me brief it for you. Sudha Chandran was a Bharatanatyam dancer. She performed on stage many times and she won applause everywhere. When she was 16, she went with her family to Tiruchirappalli, a place in Tamil Nadu, in the year 1981. Then she met with an accident and her right leg was severely wounded and formed a gangrene. When she was admitted to a hospital, doctors they decided to amputate her right leg below the knee. So she could not dance, not even walk for many days. Later, she heard about the Jaipur prosthetic foot and she had one. Suffering a lot, she practiced walking and dancing, and after a gap of 2 years, she returned to dancing and performed in India and in many countries. Such was her determination. Later, she turned into an actor and started her career with Telugu film Mayuri, and she was awarded a special jury award at the National Film Awards. Now, she acts in television serials and she judges dance programs on TV. You can know more about her from the internet. The point to be noted here is that she continued to dance though she lost her right foot. This is her attitude. Isn't she great? Now, let me show you another picture. Yes. Now, see this picture of a man sitting in a wheelchair. Can you recognize him? You are right. He is Stephen Hawking, a famous physicist and cosmologist of modern times. Do you know anything about him? Hawking was born in Oxford into a family of doctors. He was a bright student in his early academic life, but in high school, he was the third from the bottom of the class. Hawking was diagnosed with ALS, which means amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a disease in 1963 when he was just 21 years old. ALS is one of several types of motor neuron diseases. As the disease spread, Hawking became less mobile and began using a wheelchair. Talking grew more challenging, and in 1985 he lost his speech totally. A speech generating device constructed at the Cambridge University, combined with a software program, served as his electronic voice, allowing him to select his words by moving the muscles in his cheek. That's how he communicated. Even being in such a condition, he became the world famous physicist and cosmologist. He became popular for his scientific theories on black holes, and also his books, A Brief History of Time, The Grand Design, etc. The disease he had gradually paralyzes the patients and usually kills them within about 4 years. Hawking too was not expected to live not more than 2 years, yet he survived for 55 more years in the incurable condition. That is the power of his will. Isn't he great? Now, I'll show you the picture of another personality. Yes, students, can you identify this lady with a beautiful smile on her face? She is Helen Keller. Helen Keller was an American writer, a speaker, and crusader for the handicapped. That means she fought for the rights of the handicapped. She was like any other normal baby until she was 18 months, but when she was 19 months, she became sick and lost her eyesight and hearing. Some people say that it was a scarlet fever. Communicating with other people was hard for Helen because she could not see or hear. She made up some home signs that she used to communicate with her family. Sometimes Helen's family did not understand what she was meaning. That made Helen frustrated. and that frustration could be seen on numerous occasions. When Helen was 7 years old, her family found a young teacher for their daughter, and her name was Annie Sullivan. The teacher helped Helen to learn how to communicate with other people. She taught her the names of things by writing the words on her palms. In 1890, Helen's family sent her to the Perkins Institute to learn how to speak and communicate. When she was 19 years old, Helen was sent to Radcliffe College in Massachusetts, and she graduated from Radcliffe in 1904. The greatness is that she was the first deaf and blind person to earn a BA degree. When she was at Radcliffe, she produced her first book, The Story of My Life. Then Keller published 4 other books of her personal experiences, as well as a volume on religion, one on contemporary social problems, and a biography of her teacher Annie Sullivan. She also wrote numerous articles for national magazines on the prevention of blindness and the education and special problems of the blind. Keller altered the world's perception of the capacities of the handicapped. More than any act in her long life, her courage, intelligence, and dedication combined to make her a symbol of the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. Isn't she great? So all these 3 personalities, Sudha Chandran, Stephen Hawking, Helen Keller, though they were disabled, they rose to great heights. This shows their personality. So personality is not only the outward physical appearance, but it is the inner beauty, the inner attitude a person carries. Now, in our main reading passage, that is a reading with the title Attitude is Altitude, we are going to see another personality whose name is Nick. So, we'll meet in the next class with this man, Nick, and we'll try to know more about personality development. So until then, stay home, stay safe, see you soon. Thank you.